Student athletes are also returning to their favorite sports. Between practices and games, the physical toll can be a real concern, and experts say that sudden cardiac arrest is the leading cause of death in young athletes. So joining us live with some tips for parents on really what to watch out for is Bobby Massical, a sports medicine physician in Elk Grove. Thank you so much for your time. Okay, so what are some of the warning signs for heart problems just in general?
So when we're talking about our student population, our young athletes who are generally healthy, sometimes it's not exactly chest pain because sometimes we're looking for sharp stuff. But typically our athletes, and when they talk to their parents, they might be saying vague symptoms, such as, chest pressure or fluttering in the heart, or it feels like their heart is racing. So symptoms can kind of sometimes feel vague like that.
So I got to imagine that physicals are increasingly important, but what should that physical include in order to identify any cardiac issues, maybe even other potential problems?
Yeah, absolutely. So, students can expect that when they're getting a physical, they're coming in, their doctors are going to listen pretty thoroughly to their heart and lungs. We're going to be screening for some questions, looking for concussions. And then we go through kind of a cardiac screening exam. We use a 14-point screener. And those questions include questions about chest pain, flaring heart. And specifically in that screener, we're actually the most important questions are going to be about family history. So, when I'm advocating for this is making sure that families are participating and making sure that they tell their student athletes of any family members that may have had cardiac history or an injury like less than 50 years old.
Wow, how common is it that maybe folks might even be surprised about how important family history is when it comes to these types of things?
It's very important. And it is common. However, just to remind everybody here about sudden cardiac arrest, it's very rare. Us as sports physicians and those who take care of athletes, we're really looking for a needle in the haystack here. Incidences of sudden cardiac arrest are anywhere between 1 in 50,000 to up to 1 in 100,000. So, we're trying our best, but sometimes even when we're doing these things, some of these things can slip by.
Okay, so when it comes to student athletes, obviously everybody has to be on point, not just the students, not just the parents, but also the schools and staff themselves. So what kind of game plan should folks have in place?
I'm glad you asked that. So schools should have an emergency action plan. And typically at the high school level, what that's going to include is partnership with a local fire department, and also most importantly is the athletic trainer who sees and takes care of all these athletes at the high school level. Typically what they're going to do is make sure that they have routes down, know which hospitals to go to, and then when it comes to potential sudden cardiac arrest, they practice those action plans, and typically will carry automatic external defibrillators, things that can jumpstart the heart. And so practicing these things can lead to very good outcomes for and protecting our student athletes.
Dr. Massical, we thank you so much for your time this morning to talk about this very important issue.
Thank you.